Hello. Hi, my Leos. All right. Happy Friday, guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into a storytelling and we shall see where this one takes us. Eight of Swords. Okay, so here's the thing. I always look at this Eight of Swords as something crashing in unexpectedly, not as being stuck, but rather we were in a place of peace and calm, and all of a sudden, something startles us, something like a baseball coming through our glass window in our little like if somebody had a little solarium or this little beautiful plant space. We've got uh, chamomile that's growing here, and chamomile is associated with like peace and calm. Somebody's peace and calm is going to be shattered, so instead of being stuck, this is perceived as someone was in a bit of a calm rut, if that makes sense. There is such a thing as too much mellow, is what this is suggesting. And this Leo's life might have been like, yeah, every day is the same. Work in my garden, and I, like meditate, and I have like a really awesome, smooth environment. But there's energy right outside the window, and it's going to shatter my peace and quiet. But this is a baseball. It's like I'm not going to say that it's a game, that, but it is fun. It is actually something that I think our character maybe needs something to shake up their world. Oh, Two of Cups. So do we have a twin flame crashing into Leo's life just when Leo was like, I've created this space for myself, my life that's calm, that's quiet, that's peaceful, that's organized, and then bam, here comes this shattering, deafening noise. We got the devil, we got big passion, we got justice, and we got the Three of Wands. I think Leo's about to hear from a Two of Cups person that is obsessed with them. um, Someone who, they could be Capricorn, they could be Libra. They're about to hear from this person. This person they might have had a lot of conflict with, things were not balanced. I feel like this person's energy is not balanced. And yet, even if hearing from this person shakes up Leo's world, the Two of Cups is still in the upright. We can't deny that. It doesn't mean that this is that this is some necessarily like, oh, awesome, so happy to hear from this person. No, this is going to shake up Leo's world. This might make him ticked off. This might stir up all kinds of energy. This might make Leo get all stuck in their head for a hot minute. It might stir up memories of like what was wrong with this connection, what wasn't fair, what wasn't right. But I will say this, the Justice card is surrounded, this figure is surrounded by birds, actually all kinds of wildlife, but the birds are literally just like swarming above this person's head. The whales are coming in. Listen, everything says instinct, migratory energy. It's time that this gets settled. It's time that everything that was wrong gets made right. And I think that Leo's life has been calm and smooth without hearing from this person. But obviously, there was strife, struggle, drama, intense emotion, things that were unfair, things that didn't work out smoothly. And yet, there is this overwhelming need. This character has an overwhelming need to correct things with the Leo, to address what was wrong. I think that they can't fight it. They can't prevent themselves from crashing into Leo's world, even though Leo did not expect this. There is still a bond that's here. We got to look at what this Three of Wands is all about, because we got electric guitars, we got fire, and the like against the backdrop of the Milky Way, the galaxy. It's like part of this says things are going to pick up really fast after a time of silence and no communication and nothing going on. Princess of Swords. I feel like this person is going to spill all kinds of information all of a sudden. They've been watching, they've been spying, they've been I think obsessively spying on the Leo. They've been obsessed with trying to correct the things that have been wrong. They have felt so much screaming intuition. It's like their blood is on fire for this. They're an electric guitar makes loud sound, right? Because it's amplified. I feel like everything in their life has been screaming at them, I have to talk to my Leo. I have to, I have to, I have to. And them watching the Leo, seeing the Leo in this calm, peaceful space, seeing the Leo out here kind of living their life. Somebody might have like moved into the country. They've been very peaceful, spending time doing, like gardening and things outdoors. And they have watched this Leo. They have watched how peaceful, how calm Leo's life is. Why are they? I really need to know, why are they crashing in? I mean, we see intensity here. We see everything that has been wrong. But hold on. Oh my gosh, we have so many cards here. Okay. First things first, we've got Judgment and we've got the Hermit. So they are done with their hermit's journey, but maybe this is also signifying Leo's hermit's journey is over. Maybe these both characters have been on a hermit's journey. Virgo energy, Scorpio energy. It's time for, you notice how, if we imagine that those mountains were obstacles and each character went over their own mountain and they've come down to this middle point, guess what? That's where the golden yellow brick road leads us, right here, right to a place of union, peace, harmony. Like I almost think that both of these characters have been silent and solo. They have followed their intuition. Again, we see like the galaxy. By the way, we see the full moon here. Remember, August 30th is a full moon. It's also a super moon. It's also a blue moon because it's the second full moon in a month. But you notice how each character has followed their kind of like their innermost guidance, their shining star, to this tree of life, and they're placing their hand on it. This is the end of a hermit's journey. The hermit's journey is the silent solo time. Both characters are done with silent solo journeys. They've faced their mountains, they've overcome everything, and they're at a place where it's all coming into a union or time for a union. Here's the crazy part. They both know it. The high priestess. The high priestess pulls at the knowledge that is deep inside. We got a Prince of Cups. This person is sailing across any ocean of emotion that it requires to get to our Leo. I asked, what is it that they're so compelled? Why are they coming toward the Leo? What is this all about? They are straight up coming toward the Leo to, I do feel like it's to spill their guts, to communicate, to explain their emotions. We have a Six of Swords to explain that things are different now. Wow. Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups. This character is coming in to offer everything. They're feeling like, I wonder if this person has had some profound spiritual awakening, spiritual alignment, spiritual awareness for these four obelisks, Egyptian obelisks, to be like shining. And again, the aspect of like sending energy to the cosmos or receiving it from the cosmos and channeling it earthbound. Whatever this is, this character is completely done with whatever painful, unpleasant obstacles they dealt with. I feel like they were in the winter of their lives for a while. An old version of their life had to die, maybe a toxic energy of like, if in the past they believed that they were, maybe they had to be a particular kind of person, like there was a version of toxic masculinity or toxic femininity. They've moved on from that. They're able to be more attuned and in touch with their emotions now. They're very spiritual. They've always known that they were spiritually drawn to this Leo. And Leo knows it too, though, is the crazy part. It's just that Leo had built a comfortable, calm life without them. And this person is breaking in. It is them showing up in the Leo's world. And it's so funny how the devil is typically considered like a toxic energy, but in this case, I'm reading it as just intense. Like they must get to the Leo because they couldn't hold all this stuff inside of them anymore. They've been watching the Leo. They've had this epiphany. I have to go talk to Leo and I have to do it now. I'm crashing in. I'm breaking in. I've got all this stuff I've got to say. I've got to tell him. I got to give my whole heart to my Leo. I've got to tell him what I figured out. I got to tell him what I've known all along. I've got to tell him how my life is different now. I got to tell him how I feel. This is it for me. What was the Justice card about? I feel like we should change decks. Let's go this deck. What was the Justice card about? Because this is stuff that's been wrong. It's got to be made right. 8 of Wands. So if they didn't speak and communicate to the Leo before, that's one of the first things. Like, I don't think that this person was able to be very communicative. The Emperor, they needed to be in charge of themselves and communicate what they really think, what they really feel, what they really want, take direct action. I feel like this person, there was this element of, it was unfair because I think in the past, they didn't express how they really felt. They didn't express anything. 6 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, holy smokes, 10 of Swords. They needed to be fully, completely aware of what they want to give, what kind of a relationship they want to have with Leo and only with Leo, and that there's not any side detours or other things that pull their energy. They needed to close off any other energies that kept tugging at them. Tell me about that. What was the other energy? Because I'm not a fan of seeing that there was this the 3 of Pentacles, like they were still trying to work on things with one other person. We do see 3 people here. We see this confusing overlapping thing in the galaxy. Tell me what that was about, because remember, this is about what was unfair, what was unjust. We have a King of Cups in the reverse. They were still dealing with someone that there wasn't love there, but they were still feeling responsible for keeping that person satisfied, roof over their head, giving them their caring, their attention, their resources, perhaps, even though they did not love that character. 5 of Cups. It was very dismal. It was a very dismal situation. But while they were pouring their energy into, helping someone else that was in a difficult place, and they might have done this for quite a while, helped somebody else in a dismal place, only to realize that person their cups will never be full. They will never actually get to a place of being satisfied. So all the assistance that they could give to this person still wasn't going to fix anything. And in the meantime, they did wrong to the Leo by not being 100% committed to the Leo. All their resources should have gone to the Leo. If they want to build something, you can't have a 4 of Wands and be giving 1 wand somewhere else. And I'm not talking about passion. There wasn't love in this. There was, they felt bad for somebody else, is what it seems like, because that person had a way to make them feel bad. But ultimately, they did the Leo wrong by giving someone else their consideration. They never gave Leo their full attention, is what this is saying. And that's where the mistake is, or was. We got a 5 of Wands. It created a lot of conflict. It was unfair. It needed to change. Here's my question though, is Leo going to take them back? Because when someone chooses not to give all of their attention to somebody, what happens in that case? They're saying that is done. They will never be giving part of their attention elsewhere. They are Emperor mode, full on. Leo, the only thing I see in the future is you. I give you all of my attention, all of my time, my money, my energy, my love. But what does it mean for the Leo? How does the Leo feel about this? Because that's kind of a big thing that this person is acknowledging, that they knew that they wanted to be with Leo, but instead they gave their resources elsewhere. Leo says King of Cups sideways. Leo's not trusting of this character. They come shattering Leo's quiet. And even if Leo feels like they are my twin flame, my 2 of Cups energy, there is a question mark about all of this. We've got a Page of Cups in the reverse. Leo at first does not want to accept any kind of an apology. We've got a 9 of Cups in the reverse, and we have the World card upright. Leo is first questioning, and this doesn't mean this is where they're going to land, but their first energy on this, from what I can tell, is, and this was at a funny angle, so all of this seems questionable. Leo first says, yeah, I'm sure I believe that they love me. I don't want to hear this apology. I don't want to hear. I don't see how this person could ever be my happiness. I don't see how this person, them telling me their sob story about how they gave their energy someplace else and they really regret that. But they felt bad for somebody else and that's why they didn't give me their full attention. But now they want to, and how unfair it was that they did that in the past. This is not somebody who had some other side lover though. That's really clear here. Um, I feel like when they say I wasn't in love with somebody else, but I felt responsible still. I felt like I owed, I wasn't happy about what I was doing. I wasn't in love with somebody, but I was still giving my energy elsewhere because that person needed help. And I think with that King of Cups that they're describing in the reverse, I think that the Leo goes, so, but you loved me, but you could leave me out in the cold while you poured your energy to someone you didn't even care about. You really think there's a way you can apologize for this? That makes it even worse. Like that's it's almost like Leo is questioning whether or not this person knows what love is. This is kind of harsh, right? Nine of Cups in the reverse is Leo saying, I don't see how you are somebody that could ever make me happy, really, at the end of the day. I've already begun a different life. I have this peaceful, calm, wonderful life. I'm making my life is going in this other direction. I built a world without you. That is, I made it right. You didn't. I did. I made my life right. The Justice card in the reverse. You didn't. There's no way you could fix things with me. Only I could fix things. That was by building a world without you. Okay, so Leo's response here is not warm and lovey-dovey. Okay. Remember, we started out with them in a calm, peaceful life, and this person comes crashing in. However, I also suggested it might be a good thing. So now we gotta don't shoot the messenger, but we got to look at this. Universe, give me some insight into. I understand Leo's rejection of this completely. I do. But what is there to think about? 10 of Cups. Okay, so the universe steps in. And now this is not to, wag a finger at Leo or anything, but the universe steps in and says, Leo, darling, if this person was trying to somehow in a maybe admittedly a very messed up, mixed up way of looking at responsibility where they couldn't give wholeheartedly to Leo because they kept having to, in their mind, they had to, give assistance to someone else. Maybe karmically, some past life connection meant they really did need to help a person for a certain amount of time, or at least until they could walk away and not be racked with guilt. And Leo, if they did that, does that mean that they aren't still someone who could be your happiness? No, it is not right that they weren't able to be with you at that point in time. It is not right. But does that mean that this person really doesn't make you happy? Or are you right now insisting that I don't want them back because you're just hurt and pushing them away? Are you pushing away your own happiness, Leo? With the 7 of Pentacles here and the 6 of Pentacles, it has perhaps been a long time coming. But if everything that they now have, they want to pour into this, it's all about their relationship with the Leo. It's all about long term with the Leo. Look, I know this is a hard one to swallow because basically the universe is advocating for Leo to just acknowledge if they actually do want this person still, don't say no because they didn't do it soon enough. That's all the universe is saying is you would get forever with this person. You didn't get maybe that chunk of time when they were still, not because they wanted to, but because they were still giving to someone that they felt responsible for, but you get all the rest of their life with them. So do you say, no, I don't want it. You didn't get here soon enough. You didn't pour into this with me at the right moment in time when you met me, when you should have, when you could have, because you still felt responsible for something else. Do you say I'll never have happiness with you, even though you are my happiness? And even though I would get the entire rest of our lives together? Look, the Leo does not have to say yes to this, but we do have a 9 of Wands and we have a Knight of Swords. This kind of says Leo's going to have to make a pretty swift decision. Do they go ahead and say, then let's start over. Let's have the rest of our lives together? Can they let go of that old pain? They have to make actually a swift decision. I don't think they can sit on this. Death card. This is a chance to start fresh, but it has to be taken now. I don't know what the Leo's going to do, but it does look like this needs to go ahead and happen now. That's a lot of pressure, I know, let's take this to a part 2. The free link will be in the description box. I'll see you there. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up, guys.